Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday. How's it going? It's time for Thrifty Thursday Transformation. I know, all that just for this little tray. We gotta keep this up. Pick this up at a thrift store somewhere. It's one of those made in China home decor, right? It's got cute little handles, but wouldn't this be fun to put like pumpkins on for fall? So I did take my white lightning and I sprayed it and I washed it 3 times because it was super sticky and gross. So, hi Ronnie, when you jump on, say howdy. So I'm gonna do a little texture, I'm gonna do a little painting, I'm gonna do a little glazing, a little bit of everything. So I washed it, I rinsed it. And I can still feel a little bit of the stickiness like down in here where I maybe didn't get it so good. So I'm just going to hit it with a piece of sandpaper. Look at the color that is underneath all of that. Just because I want to make sure that it sticks. Now that's another reason that I'm going to use the texture medium, the salt wash, because that way I will make sure that it really does adhere. That stuff's like putting concrete on your pieces. How's it going today, Ronnie? Having a good day? It's a weird day today. It's like stormy outside. It rained. It's rained a couple like times, but when we talk rain, it's like and it's done. Like enough to make your car dirty and you know you washed it yesterday. That's that kind of rain. But anyhow, we have just been hanging out. I just sold another buffet. That's 2 buffets this week. I gotta get busy. I gotta finish this one that's behind me and get it painted because they're gonna both get picked up and I'm not gonna have nothing to put there. We just put out so much new fall decor today. Oh my gosh. So Dina, that's a vendor here with Young's Antiques, brought in so many cute things. All of her fall gnomes. They're so flippin' cute. You guys haven't had a chance to take a look. Her gnomes are the absolute cutest things you've ever seen. All handmade. We need to get them on my website so those of you that don't live here can also enjoy them. All right, so I'm kind of just trying to pick off this layer of stickiness and it feels a lot better. You know, these things will sit around people's houses. You have thunderstorms off and on too. Ronnie, I know, right? So salt wash. Salt wash, texture additive that you add to your paint. So I'm thinking I'm going to do this in yellows and then add some glaze, and this fly is going to die. I have nothing. We had the doors open in the store today, so there's nothing but freaking flies. So I'm going to add a little bit of salt wash. I don't need that much. We're going to add Colonel Mustard, which is Dixie Belle's yellow. And it's appropriately named because it is very mustard color. Okay, ready? Got him. But there's 10 more, so. What is the purpose of flies? Why are flies here? Does anybody know? Is it to help eat decomposing bodies? Like, I mean, what is the purpose? Like, I don't get it. Why are flies even a fly? What's the purpose? Except to annoy the living bejesus out of me. Okay. I made this really thick, actually. I'm going to put it down just a bit. When it needs too thick, just add a little more paint. You grab like a stipply brush instead of one of my clean ones. I got this little guy. So basically, we're going to do this, right? This is going to help this paint adhere to this metal because I didn't really want to put like a bonding primer on it. And I'm just going to stipple it. You should see all the new pumpkin decor we have in the store. Maybe tomorrow afternoon I'll get my phone out and we'll do actually I will. I promise tomorrow afternoon to do like a walk around tour of all the cute stuff. Oh my gosh, she brought in Dina from one of my vendors I'm here in the store, brought in the damn freaking cutest fall wreaths I have seen in a long time. Not wreaths, gosh darn it, garlands. I mean, she does really cute fall wreaths too, but the garlands to die for. I'm like, I need to buy, like, we have 3 of them. I'll show them to you tomorrow. They are adorable. Like, I've never seen them in the store. Ever. So fun. So I have a candlestick class and a pumpkin class, you guys, coming up. So the candlestick class is a big hit in the spring. You'll get to do 2 candlesticks, and I'll teach you how to paint, glaze, and you get to take them home. And they're different ones from the ones we did last time. So if you took that class and you want to add more to your collection, you can sign up for this class too. Super cute. It's $40 some odd. It's on Saturday. List of all the, this is already looking so much better. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm going to let some of the stuff still show through. That's why I didn't mix that much paint. I'm not trying to cover everything. It's fall. It's supposed to be like unique, right? Tilt it so I get the sides. And I'm going to throw this in water. Give me a second, because if I let this sit out, it's going to be hard. And we're going to hit that with the heat gun real quick. Let it get dry. All right. But yeah, we have so much cute stuff. Like, I got to tell you, Dina, has a booth in here. Great, very good friend of mine. Has the cutest florals I have seen, even compared to Michael's and Joann's. I'm not kidding. They are beautiful. You guys have got to come in and see. You hate flies like I do? Yep. You have a fly swatter that shocks them? Oh my God, I need one of those. Does it just like, do you have to swat them, or do you just have to get by them? If you just have to get near them, I'm pretty good at hitting them, because, man, back here, it doesn't matter what I hit, right? Crack. Yesterday, my daughter was back here and one landed on her arm. I went, oh, what? She's like, Mom. I said, well, the fly's dead. Sorry. So we're just going to hit this really quick, because it will take a while. I generally don't like to do texture when I'm live, because it takes longer to dry, but it's pretty warm still. So outside in the winter, it takes forever. I'll just hit it with my craft blower here. You guys have one of these? These are super cool. They're super handy. They're very hot, hotter than a blow dryer. They are a heat gun. They definitely are a heat gun. But they're just compact. I kind of like how nice and small they are. It'll definitely burn you if you stick your fingers on it. I want to glaze this too, so I'm afraid if I don't get it really dry, then we may not be able to glaze it today. So what's the plans for the weekends? Ronnie, what's for dinner? My husband woke up really, really sick today, so I'm probably going to just be able to make a super simple dinner, or maybe, I don't know, cook something up. But I don't think he's in the mood for anything, because he just woke up with a terrible chest cold. And we're going on a little mini vacay with the grandkids next week. So today's Thursday. We leave on Monday. So he's got 3 days. I'm glad he got it now. And let's just pray and hope that I don't get it now on Monday. Right? That's what's going to happen, right? He'll be better and I'll get it, I'm sure. Man, he just got this weird chest thing. Like, he was sick, like, immediately. And he doesn't ever get sick. Neither one of us usually gets sick. Okay, so there's where we're at with that, right? Just a layer of Colonel Mustard. Then I was thinking fall. How about some Florida orange, which Florida orange is a retired color from Dixie Belle, so it's only available in 4 ounces. But for the fall, they actually released it in 8 ounces, so I did order a bunch of it. You guys are looking for the best orange out there. I love this. Florida orange, one of my favorites. One of my favorites. And it's such a good color. And, Miss Lillian's also has some pretty good oranges. They have a variety of them. All right, so a little bit of Florida orange or any kind of orange that you want. Load it on and offload it. So dip your brush and then offload it to the side. What that does is get your paint really evenly distributed and then wipe it off on a paper towel. Because we're just going to kind of dry brush a little bit. Because this had some really pretty embellishments on it. And then by leaving, do you see how it's going? By leaving some of that original greenish, metalish stuff on there, it's kind of giving us that layered look with leaving some of the original stuff peeking through. So you don't have to totally saturate your things with paint. So load your brush, offload it, and then put it on a paper towel and offload it some more. It gives you so that your brush will then only hit the surfaces that are raised. Isn't that funny how that works? See what I mean? See how it's only hitting the raised surface. Japanese food. Ooh, beef with rice. I love Japanese, Chinese, sushi. Got a new sushi place that opened in town. I can't wait to go try it. Super stoked about that. So yeah, what did I make for dinner? Oh, last night we had steak, and then I picked cucumbers in the garden and zucchini. So I told my husband, we're just having zucchini and cucumbers in the steak. No potatoes, no nothing. He's like, heck yeah, it was so good because it's so good when it's fresh. How are your guys' gardens going this year? Anybody got a flourishing garden? Mine is doing so well. My cucumbers, which this is the first year it's ever happened, are going insane. We had a super hot summer. They are going absolutely insane. This is already quite the fall, right? What do you think? With the black peeking through, we're gonna add another element. We're gonna add. Remember the layers. When you do it in layers, it's always better. A little bit of Mud Paint's Butternut, which is this super creamy yellow color. Same thing. We're gonna use the same brush. Dip. Offload the same spot we offloaded before. We're not into washing brushes. At least I'm not. We're going to add another layer. We're going to go right over the orange. We're going to keep just kind of lightly going over, letting the orange down. But actually, I kind of like the orange. Maybe it should have been left it. That's okay. We can always put orange back in. So we're just going to kind of lightly go over it and not cover too much. Adding the yellow element too. This is pretty. So now we are doing stages. You see that? Yeah, it was so good. So I did some fried zucchini. I did it a couple weeks ago and I burnt it. Did you ever do that? Like cook it too high and too fast? This time, OMG. I nailed it. It was so good. I was like, I'm just eating fried zucchini from here. Especially when it's fresh and you just picked it. Ugh, nothing tastes as good as food out of the garden. And some tomatoes on the side. I eat those. I eat a cucumber every single night. I just can't stop cucumbers. Wow, I was going to add some sawmill gravy, but I'm not sure that it needs it. What I want to do is put some glaze on this. Maybe I will. I think I will. And the reason I'm going to add a little bit of sawmill gravy, just a little, is to give a little bit of a lightness. So when the glaze goes on it, it'll hit it. Okay, just a little. in another way, and it'll hit it and make it look even different. We're not going to hit every element. We're just going to let the brush run over. Remember, when we're layering things, that's what we're doing. We're just doing layers of color. We're not being exact. We're not taking our time. We're just letting this brush go over the top with another layer. It already looks cool. I'm going to put that paint aside and we're going to add some glaze, but let me hit it with the dryer just to get it dry. So beef and rice. You're going to put like a teriyaki sauce on your beef, Ronnie? I love me some good teriyaki. So I just got these really good soup mixes in the store that you just have to add like broth or like a little bit of chicken. And I got this one. It's a butternut squash soup and then a wild mushroom. And I'm going to take, I took them both home and I'm not sure. I'm going to ask him which one he wants. But since he doesn't feel good, I don't think he's going to want like a meal, you know. So I'm thinking maybe that, even though it's still 90 degrees outside. It's cold in the house, right? Because you got the air on. And it's stormy outside, so it kind of seems like it should be winter, but it's not. So I'm going to try that teriyaki. Yum. So I'm going to use this glaze. Now, this is Miss Lillian's antiquing glaze. Let me tell you guys, this stuff is fabulous. I like it because it's super, super watery. Some of the glazes that I carry are super thick. And the thing about glaze is that you want it to actually be able to be wiped off. Okay. You don't want it to sit in your piece and not be able to be wiped off. So shake it up really good. And look at this. Like it's like very, very watery. You just need a little bit. And the color I'm using is black walnut. They have so many day colors. It's awesome. What I'm going to do is we are going to take this glaze and we're going to dip it in our brush and we are going to put it over the whole entire thing, covering everything, right? You're like, hey, what's she doing? She's ruining it. Now, I'm going to wipe it off because I don't want it to dry. Now, hopefully, I may have to get my rag wet if it doesn't wipe off enough. So that's why I added all those colors. I didn't want it to be super bright. I wanted it to be more muted. And we went from this bright to this muted, antique-looking piece. I think I'm going to get my rag wet because I don't think it's wiping enough off. So what I like to do is glaze. I used it yesterday on some pumpkins, and I didn't get my rag wet because it was just the perfect amount. But on this, I want to take a little more glaze off. And what this might do is reactivate that texture. I'm going to be really gentle because I just put it down. Normally, in a perfect world, you would texture like the day before, let it dry. I can see it pulling up, so I'm going to be very careful in using it. What do you think about this look? You like it? Different, right? Fun. Lots of fun. So the thing with glaze, depending on how warm your climate is, you don't want it to sit for a long time because it will dry and you won't be able to wipe it off. It'll just be dark brown like that. So that's why I'm going to do it as we go. We don't want it to sit because, like I say, it'll just end up being dark brown. And then I'll have to paint the whole thing over. But look at how cool. Trying not to wipe too much because I just put the texture down, right? You watched me. What this glaze is doing is it's catching and sitting in all the little nooks and crannies and really highlighting them. There's no other way to get these nooks and crannies as natural and as antique looking except with glaze. Glaze is one of those things that's just phenomenal for that kind of process. Somebody commented on my video yesterday on YouTube that there was a frame around my video and it used to not be. Whoever commented on that, I want to thank you for that, because there was a setting that got hit in my computer program that I didn't realize. So thank you for pointing that out, because it took me a good 20 minutes to figure out what setting it was, but I got it fixed and now the frame is gone. Because it made the video super small. So like my last 3 lives on YouTube were like that. I don't know how that gets changed. I sound like my husband whenever I say to him, why is the TV on closed captioning? I don't know. I didn't press nothing. 2 days in a row on the TV in the bedroom. He's like, I fixed it. And then he goes, I didn't touch nothing. It's probably what happened to me too. I didn't touch nothing. I don't know how it changed. It just changed itself. Does that ever happen to you guys? You know what I mean? So we're just going to lightly, and then look at this now. Isn't that lovely? Oh my gosh. This is a winner chicken dinner. So we're talking, sorry, I lost my train of thought. My phone's ringing. We are talking orange, Colonel mustard, orange, butternut, sawmill gravy, and then glaze. Who would have ever thought that those colors together would make such a cool piece, right? Fall colors, right? So this is similar to what Devin, I see you're on here. This is what we'll be doing in the pumpkin class. Same kind of technique. So fun. It made them blend so much better. And then the glaze is a sealer. So the glaze will dry and it will seal your piece. So no need to wax it or do anything else. It will puddle because it is super liquidy. So just kind of watch it. If it puddles in the corners, just take and just kind of dab it. And I would normally texture the day before I did this, because that way it won't wipe off the texture on the piece. Isn't it pretty? God, I love it. I'm stoked. It's fall, y'all. Even though it's 100 degrees. Pretty soon we'll all be freezing. I won't be tan. I'll be white as hell. I know I don't lay out in the sun. I just have a pool. I go out in the night, evenings. I don't burn. I'm half Filipino, so that's why I get to be brown. I am blessed. Thank you, Mother. All right. Questions? Questions? So pretty. This looks actually like it's super old, maybe a little rusted. Okay, now I want to paint 3 other things with those colors. Pumpkins are really pretty with that same color scheme. I had somebody in here earlier. Jana was in here earlier, and she bought little things of the colors because you don't need that much paint. You guys, I use dots of paint. A little bit of salt wash goes a long ways. Yeah, and by adding the sawmill gravy on top, see where it's a little bit lighter, it kind of gives it a highlight. Now, if you wanted to go and do like some gold or something, and actually, you know what might be fun? Here's my sandpaper. Sand down a little bit here and there. Down to that original finish. Not necessary, but sometimes it will make it look a little cooler because it'll give it that extra look. Now the underneath has some yellow on it, so it'll be really fun like that. And it's kind of just making that antique stuff pop a little bit more too. Remember, the yellow was the first color we put down. Right? Brightens it up a little bit, gives it a little bit more of a rustic. Sand it off a little bit. Just a little. Don't need a lot. same piece of sandpaper that I started with and just did a little rundown with the greasiness of this tray. So when you guys find these things in the thrift store, or you have them probably in your home, wondering what to do with them, selling them in your yard sale, stop. Keep them for yourself. Use them. It just gave it a little bit of a highlight, brightened it up a little bit. If we didn't like that, we could just go back over it, paint it again. Okay. So it just popped it just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. And that's what it's all about. The little touches of pops and layers, right? You've seen it here, right before your eyes. Thrifty Thursday, another one down in the books. Okay, if you guys have any questions and you're watching the replay, let me know. Yeah, Devin, I'll have these colors out for the pumpkin class. Orange and yellows all day long because they're standard colors. 4 pumpkins, right? I painted a whole bunch of them the other day and put glaze on them. Oh, they're delicious. You guys got to come in and see them. Hey guys, my name is Debbie Tona. Thanks so much for watching. If you're catching the replays, or if you're watching me on YouTube or Facebook, just say hi. Love to hear from you. All right, I want to say once again, the store is fully full of fall. And tomorrow afternoon, I will go on later in the afternoon and do a tour because it's so pretty and there's so much to see. But I gotta get busy because this buffet back here, what's that? Right there, and then this one right here. I gotta paint them both because I just sold 2 buffets. And so they're both leaving. And what am I gonna have big holes? What am I gonna do? So I'm trying to get those painted. I need color ideas for this one. What do you think? This one I'm already painting with a gray brown color. I don't know. The other one I'm trying to, I have a lot of blue out there. I have some red ones. I have a black one. I try not to do the same colors in the whole store, right? Because why? I have a white one. So I need color suggestions. I'll probably take a picture of that one and say, help me out. Okay, you guys. Got me fabulous. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.